to the dressing room with our Arabiya news. First of all, Carlton, you were late. Yeah. So we were discussing your fine. We won't do a week's wages, but we're thinking you pay for the next.
Hold on a minute.
The FA are right. The FA are right. What company's
Hold on a minute. Yeah. I was late. Yeah. But how many times have I been early here waiting for you lot?
Yeah, but you're late. You should be early every week, mate. We're on a time schedule.
But what we worked out, the FA were
a bit
bang on.
short of this show.
What you don't know, the times have been moved the last 2 weeks, and I've had to, you know what I mean?
Who's moved them?
I don't know.
Right,
Someone's moved.
I know who's moved
them.
It's
been 1:30. Usually it's 11.
So 11. Joe's
I can deal with that.
Yeah, I know.
So,
I'm taking on too much
He's
work.
busy.
So it kind of evens itself out here. Do you know what I mean? It kind of evens because I've got things to do on a Monday. You know what I mean?
Listen, because we love you, we'll give you a squeeze.
No, you can pay for the next day out.
Yeah. Okay.
I did. I basically did. I bought about 20 beers and no one drank them.
To be fair, they all ended up on someone's clothes. My mate left his jacket on the floor. He picked it up at the end of the night, and it was soaking wet. And it was freezing outside as well.
It was cold, wasn't it?
Yeah, he couldn't wear a jacket.
Oh,
brilliant.
All right, so
been up to much?
Do you know what? I was with Carlton on Tuesday night.
Oh,
was that this Tuesday?
Yeah, that was
so we did. I've never done a. What was it called? A public speaking Q&A with the West Ham fans.
That's what I do,
with
innit?
Tony Cotty.
You know me.
When you see this man,
veteran.
This man in his element, he was just everyone. It was all West Ham fans. Tony Cotty ran it. It was a really nice, really good.
Chelsea fans in there, but they kept a low profile.
And we was on stage, and had a good chat, and it was just good night, wasn't it? Good people.
It was a great night.
I like doing them events. I've done one a couple for Chelsea. I like doing them.
Yeah, it was nice. I was a bit worried because when I arrived and everyone had been on the booze, and then Tony Cotty got up and he said, "Right, we're going to sing the national anthem." I thought, "What have I signed up? What, we're going to sing the national anthem now?" And then he's put Bubbles come on the West Ham song, and he was singing that. I thought,
yeah, that is the national anthem, innit?
Yeah.
For West Ham fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always good. It's always good linking up with Tony Cotty.
Yeah.
I done one 2 days after with Tony Gale as well.
Did ya?
Yeah. With me, Dean Ashton, Trevor Brickin.
Really?
Tony Gale, yeah. So we do like, and it was on a boat, so we're going up and down the Thames. So they've never seen a buffalo on the Thames before. On a boat on the Thames, and so we had a great time on there. But yeah, it's caught up with me these last couple of weeks. Going out with you guys, obviously doing that, because you don't know how much you drink. You actually drink, like you're sipping all the beers, and you're thinking, it builds up at the end of the week. Then my knee just blows out. Then I'm in a bad mood.
Hold on, just remember
I couldn't imagine you in a bad mood.
I know.
We're halfway through the Q&A, half on the stage, and Cody's went, "I'm going to the toilet." I walked off stage.
Well, when you got to go, innit? What do you want me to do? Embarrass myself up on the stage and walk myself?
True.
I'm not going to do that. I've got to go.
True.
When nature calls.
You got to go, mate. You got to go.
The buff can't just wee himself, man. You got to do it properly.
It was good. What about yourself, Bridget?
Yeah, Bridge. Bridgester.
Bridgester. I ain't been up to much, really. Mrs. has been away, so I've been on my own with the kids, although Mum and Dad have helped me a bit. Bob Marley's birthday. Birthday last week.
I saw that.
So I cooked up got a bit of inspiration for the night we went out, actually.
Yeah.
Got chatting to a few people, and I said that we were talking about cooking. She obviously liked to cook. She had a cooking page, and her boyfriend was telling me how good she was.
Can I just stop you there quickly? Because people were thinking, how boring their nights out when you're talking like...
To be fair, it was at the end of the night. The night had finished. I don't know how we got onto it, to be honest. And she said, "What do you like to cook?" And they were chatting.
Can't cook one.
And I was like, "I don't mind a bit of jerk chicken." She went, "Oh, have you ever had mango salsa?" I was like, "No." I was like, "I'm going to do that."
Right.
So I made little jerk chicken mango salsa.
What is going on in the Bridgie household, man?
Yeah, I know. Not a lot else, really, to be honest. Just been with
I'm just
kids.
expecting Ainsley to walk in. He texted me last night.
Who?
Him. Like,
I sent it to Joe as well.
Yeah, he was doing I think he was doing the cleaning or something. Yeah. But he was all dancing because in his kitchen he's got a big mirror in it. It looks onto the garden. It just looks so funny. This guy is just...
basically, I was just doing house chores.
You're just a happy guy.
Dancing around. I had 2 hours away from the kids because someone took them bowling, one of their mates. I just thought, put some music on, clean the house.
Lovely.
Yeah,
and
kids... This is some Bob Marley.
Yeah, Joe Rasta.
Yeah,
celebrate Bob. We love Bob.
We love
Bob on the podcast.
Yeah, Bobby.
You got to love him.
Listen, we need to get one of his relatives on here.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, mate. Just spreads the love, doesn't he?
Spreads the love. One love.
One love.
And then that's about it, really. Kids' footballs. I ain't been up to much.
Your knee?
Oh, my knee, yeah. So I had the results of my knee. It's,
Yeah.
It's
Bad.
bad,
yeah. The wrong words are going to come out then. But yeah, no, it's bad. So, like, got no cartilage left on one side, so it's bone on bone.
Welcome to my world, Bridgie.
Yeah.
Been doing this for the last 10
Well, I had
years.
it I had it on my left knee, so I had an osteotomy where they broke it and realigned it.
Oh,
so
did they?
it's pretty much, yeah.
You're going to do the same again?
Well, I was going through my options today, so obviously they were just saying
Is that why you?
knee replacement.
Is that why you walk like a chimp?
Oh, right. You know what? I walk with a little bit of a wobble, but I've got one leg longer than the
If
other.
you look at us, me and Bridgie, when we're walking down the road, I'm walking like I've got a natural
I thought that was just
I've
a
got
natural,
like I'm just
a walk he had going on. Like,
no, it's not. It's actually my knee.
Walking like that.
I do wobble a little bit, but that's because there's one leg longer than the other.
Mate,
Yeah.
listen, he just
And my knees are bad.
Right.
But yeah, my options, like he was talking about a knee replacement, but saying I was probably too young to have that because you'd have to have another one in like 10, 15
Yes.
years. So it's just
I
going
thought with
down
the
to what
technology
injections
now,
I
though,
could have.
I thought the technology now, they'd have sorted that out by now.
With the injections they were talking about today, it sounded like they could inject it and then it would act like a sponge around the joint.
yeah.
So I think that's a route I might end up trying, basically.
don't go
and
for
you
a
just
knee
got to see how it goes. No.
It's what
I'm
people.
going to come with you.
Yeah. Get 2 for 1. The pair of you.
We might get a deal.
Any good surgeons out there? No, but it's true. People
I was
think
talking, actually, saying about Julian Dix.
Yeah?
He's just had his done. And
replacement.
He said, so I've been texting him on X.
Yeah.
And he says just go and get, but I don't know what he's done. I think he's had a proper knee replacement.
Yeah.
And like you, I think if I was to go, because he's a bit older, obviously.
Yeah, too young at the
He
moment.
said I'm too young to get
are
it
too
done. So
People don't realise, do they? Like the ex-players, amount of you, like 44, Bridgie?
Yeah.
44?
41.
And your knee replacements, you know what I mean? People don't realise there is a price to pay this to do.
Yeah, do you know what I'm not, can't run anymore. I think what annoys me more is in the garden with the kids having a kick about with them.
Can't do it.
Now it's like, if it ain't to my feet, I ain't getting it, mate. that side movement ain't happening. So I'm just having to walk after it.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping the injections will help. And it just, that's the bit I miss. Is having
Like Bridgie, you know there's a lot of fans out there who say, get on with it.
Oh, no, but
You got paid a shed load.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
If you said to someone,
wanna
do you
get
know
the
what, you
violins
can get
out.
paid this and you're going to have bad knees and you're older, everyone's going to take it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
It's just one of them things.
How come when we go snowboarding, I'm seeing you flying around, jumping, spinning?
Yeah, do you know what? I probably don't help myself with things like that, to be honest. But what I do notice is my recovery's quite quick. You know what it's like when you get off the slope, it's like, oh, it's aching, it's really bad. But I can wake up in the morning
You'll be all right.
and it don't feel too bad. But my training now is very much more static. There ain't much leg stuff. You know, it'd be bike I can get away with. The rower I kind of stay away from. The ski erg's not too bad. The assault bike. Boxing now, you know, it's just that now with the movement and everything, it has to be
Stationary.
Yeah, I can move, but you know,
Stiff.
it's stiff. But the recovery's been quite good on it. But I've noticed over this last week, it's been more painful, and that's basically the arthritis.
That's me.
Yeah.
Arthritis gang.
Yeah. What about
But you know what? It's not like it ain't like bad. I can still do it. It's just a bit of pain. But he was like, you need to be careful because it is.
I just want to
the
play
scans
football
weren't
again,
very
me.
good.
I just want to. I'd
I
love
mean,
to.
I'm all right, but what have you been up
I've
to,
got the
Colin?
same. I'm bone on bone on my right knee.
Oof.
Yeah, and you know I'm tall as well.
Yeah.
So you can actually, with Bridgie, he's smaller.
Yeah.
With me, you can actually, when I'm walking, you can see my knee go like that.
Try to drive a bus for it
Yeah,
at times, can't you?
mate. And basically, when I stand with my legs together, it's like the letter D. Capital D, mate. It's mad, and I'd love to go and play charity games, and I know I get a load of requests. Oh, can you come and play? But I can't do it.
Yeah, I just say no, you
Can't do it, and I'll come and manage. And they were trying to get me on that one. I was like, that's even worse for me. I want to be out there playing. I just don't want to see them play.
Yeah, I'm not
You know
a
what I mean?
watcher, I prefer playing.
Yeah.
I'd prefer see my sons. I prefer see my sons play and try and direct them and coach. Or if I'm coaching and I know I'm getting something out of it, then I don't want to be at a game where I'm thinking I should be playing it. I done the management. Remember, I done the management for what was it? charity.
Oh, that was
the Kai and Prince charity.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that was a good
Foundation.
Kai and Prince Foundation.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
good.
I coached my youngest a little bit this weekend, actually.
Yeah.
I
How'd you get
told
on?
him to do this and do that. He'd done the total opposite, and it worked. I went, "Do what you want, mate," and he just laughed at me.
But yeah, man. It's been a.
What else you been up to?
I haven't really been doing much. No, just a bit of football bits. Done a signing
Yeah.
last week. Josh Landers.
Yeah.
That was good. He's coming from Celtic, young lad. So we've done a load of new signings actually, like young boys getting their pros in the academy at West
That
Ham.
must be a nice moment for you, Coley, when the young lads get their pros for the first
Yeah,
time.
it is. We got a boy called Aaron Kamara, get his pro.
Yeah.
And he's buzzing.
Do you see the change in them, like when they get a few quid in their pocket, or is it like...
I don't get to see that part
Yeah.
because I ain't going to go in their dressing
Yeah.
room or anything like that. But then you've got some players that had to exit as well in this window.
Ooh.
That's the tough
When
one.
they're young.
Yeah, well, we had Kamara Sawyer, who we've retained. He's going to be with us to the end of the season. Then we've got Levi Lang, which I've got to say farewell to him. He's been a good young centre half, but just couldn't make the grade to get into our first team. But he was on the path. But sometimes injuries do set you back. You know what I mean?
Sometimes the path changes for some.
It ain't over though.
You've got to react as a youngster. You have to react. And then there's a few others that have been. I've got to say, Sean as well. Sean was really, really a good prospect, defender as well, but didn't really get the cut as well. And there's a load. It's so hard when you see youngsters that you've worked with and they have to move on, you know. So it is what it is.
Well, that's it. It's football.
But we've got a success story. We've got another boy called Favour that's gone to Stoke. I think he signed a 2-year deal over there, so good on him. So good luck on him. I think he made his debut the other day. So Favour, well done.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good lad. Good lad. So, right, let's get on some football because we've done so far cooking, operations, and all over the place. Plymouth Argyle. See, I've on my notes here. It's a monumental upset. Agree. Championship strugglers, bottom place. Plymouth eliminated Premier League leaders from the FA Cup.
Sure.
All right, but you said in the green room, Bridgie. They're still in the championship, so it's not massive.
Yeah,
is
it's
it?
not
Like,
massive. It
not
just
like,
happens in the cup, doesn't
Yeah.
it? There's a change of personnel, starting lineup, and sometimes if it comes down to mentality, sometimes, isn't it? I watched some of it.
right.
The Plymouth players were
Hang on.
well up for it,
Yeah,
mate.
well up for it.
Really?
Like proper up for it.
But does
and
that-
I love it, right? It's great. It's the FA Cup. You beat Liverpool. It's brilliant. But you know, if I'm the manager, I'm like, you should be doing that every week.
Yeah.
Like that, the effort. I don't get me wrong. I haven't seen them every week. So they might have been doing it, but I see it and I think,
Well, they ain't if
in
they're
it,
bottom of the championship.
passion. They're making a tackle and they're celebrating with tackles
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And you think to yourself, that should be every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look,
Yeah.
what it is, Bridgie, you say that, but there's been a new manager. So obviously it was Wayne Rooney before. I don't know what's happened there. New managers come in. Did you see the new managers' team talk?
I saw it. Yeah.
Inspirational.
Yeah.
So it looks like now they're on the upturn and they've started to play some good football. And they've actually...
fresh people, someone.
Yeah, but this manager just
innit?
looks the part, though, Bridgie.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at him, I'm thinking, what an inspiration for those boys. And obviously they're gonna go and try and go outperform Liverpool. Who does that? Like, you know what I mean? And
It's incredible.
But one thing about these type of games, it's always open to the elements. Like you're going to Plymouth Argyle,
Yeah.
crowd's up for it.
It's a long way.
It's a
what's
long
great.
way.
That's what's great about cup
It's a
games.
long
isn't it?
way as well, Bridgie. Like, I've been down there.
Made some great saves, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Made some great saves.
Like, when
One right at the end as well.
Yeah. So that's what when you look at it as well, to top that off, you've got a manager that's saying they don't outmatch you with your effort. Because you know when you're the big team, you're the big scout, you go to these, you have to match them with effort first. Then your quality might have to come through.
It's the easiest thing to get.
Yeah.
Really.
Effort.
It's the easiest thing.
Well, for you it is. Some people,
No, but it should be for everyone.
No, you're right.
It should
for
be the
everyone, but it's
best at
not.
the easiest thing.
It's not.
it's a mental
not.
thing as well. Like thinking, God, I'm not sure if I'm up for this guy. This guy's going to come steaming in, and he's got up for it. And I'm just like, I don't know whether I'm going to be in that space of mind.
Yeah.
It's easily done, Bridgie. You know, like if you got a team that's like when we used to play Manchester United or West Ham and Chelsea or Arsenal, I don't know what happened. There was a 10% say that we need to go. There's an extra 10% there that we need to go and sort this out and make sure and put it in their faces. and it kind of, the bigger teams. Obviously, you guys have been on the bigger teams, and knowing that it's going to be a hard game. Every game's a hard game. Every game. And it's that winning mentality that you have to have. And I don't think Liverpool saw Plymouth Argyle as that
buzzing from though. Buzzing from. But I think that bounced back quick, Liverpool.
Of course.
I don't think, do you know what I mean? That
Well,
bounced
They got the
back
derby,
quick.
didn't they?
It wasn't their first team.
Yeah, they got the derby.
Right.
They got the derby coming on Wednesday night, I think, which is like, I don't know whether. Go on. No, I don't know whether it's away. It's at Goodison Park. It's the last ever derby at Goodison Park. Now, you know, having lived up there and played for Liverpool, Everton, they'll just think we ain't losing the last time. We want to win the last derby here.
Yeah.
Now, just a quick question to both of you: if Everton beat Liverpool, does that bring Arsenal back into it?
They need to lose more than one game, mate.
Yeah, but like this is the first. Like Arne Slot's been strolling around the Premier League. Like I reckon he's on the phone to his mates going, "What's all this Premier League about, mate?
This is my last year, man.
Come in here, running the show."
I do.
The way he's walking around Anfield,
like notorious, like McGregor. Whose arms is like that.
It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tougher game than what it would have been a month ago. I'll tell you that much because they've been doing a lot better. So it'll be a tough game.
Yeah, it will be a tough game.
I can't see it. Even if they lost, I don't think it'll put them off their stride. I think they'll bounce back quick.
I think it'll have some kind of effect, man.
Yeah.
It'll have a little bit of effect, but it's a tough game. Do you know what I mean? It's the derby. Everton, like you said, they're going to be well up for it.
Everton are going to be up for it.
Yeah, now, if I'm on a slot, right, and someone offered me a point in the derby now, would I take it? I think I would, you know. Yeah. That's mad. Even though you got the better team on the pitch, I just think like it's just the psychological thing of what could if you lose it in a way that say they get battered. Or, I'm not saying they will, but it could get worse. You know what I mean? Whereas you take a point, it sort of quells that little thing, and you move on to the next.
You just mentioned psychological battle. Yeah. So psychologically, they've just lost to Plymouth.
Right.
That's already
So
minus.
On the bounce.
So to lose another psychological battle, that's another minus. What happens after that if they lost two on the bounce? Like psychologically, are they really up for go and get this league? And does it let Arsenal think, hold on a minute, smell a little bit of blood, let's go again?
Yeah.
Depending on Arsenal and how they react as well.
That's true. We're gonna
down to the mentality of players after a loss, isn't it?
That is
really?
your key word for today.
Mentality. I'll tell you who needs some mentality. Spurs.
Seamless.
Mate, Spurs, what you saying?
What am I saying? Well, mate, it's just like, you know what it's like on the group chats when your mates, like my Spurs mates coming through, like, and it's gone beyond the banter now. You're like worried for their mental health.
Yeah.
I'm like,
like
they're proper upset, aren't they?
You all right, Geese? Is everything all right? Like, it's like, no, and then you get back,
I'm not all right. No, I'm not.
All right. I was listening on the radio. It was like, Levy out. They're shouting for Levy out.
They were poor.
And you just look at. Do you know what I looked at, right? When they conceded the goal and they went back and Angie's face, Ange just looked like. He looked lost. But the bench behind him, I look at the bench behind him and it was a young kid. And he's going to look round and go, cool. He's already got Mikey Moore playing, who I think is a terrific player. You think like, there's
Archie.
Archie Gray. But I'm like, there don't seem to be no fight. Do you know what I mean?
There was a lot of space for Villa players.
Yeah.
And the fight, it was like, I remember someone picked it up, one of the Villa players, in loads of space. But then 4 players from Tottenham got close to him, but not one of them stuck a leg out or tried to make a challenge. There was no urgency in anything, no real
I was
pressing together.
There weren't.
I listened to Ange Postecoglou's interview afterwards as well.
Mate.
I felt sorry for him, man.
His head was down, wasn't it?
His head was
he
down.
looked beaten.
It's such a shadow of the man that come rolling in.
Mate,
And then he was a breath of fresh air when
Crocodile
he first come
Dundee
in.
rolling in the place.
Mate,
I was people like.
I think I text you. I said he needs a
shadow.
day out. He needs to come out on our day out. I think he needs to cheer him up a little bit.
He does need to come
At the
out.
very least, they get good jerk chicken recipes.
But the thing is, right, I listened to it, and he's quite right. When I listened to what he was saying that these bunch of players have been playing a lot for 2 months straight with no one changing, and they're playing on a Thursday, then they're playing on a Sunday,
right.
Thursday, Sunday, and it's so hard.
Whose fault's that though?
That's upstairs. Because he
got a lot of injuries, right?
He's got a lot of injuries. So medical team. Medical team.
Before you go, right? First, they went to Australia at the back end of last season for a few quid when the players could be resting, and now they're worried about their players being tired now. Yeah. Maybe how about not sending them to Australia?
Yeah.
And getting them right for the season.
Tired and injured. So like the players that are remaining, like they're only tired because there's so many injuries and there's not enough young players that have the quality, obviously, at this present moment to step in. So you can't really blame. And I love how Ange attacked it as well. It's like he protects his players. He's like, I'm asking too much of these boys. Like week in, week out, I've got to put out the same team. What other team in this position, in my position, will be able to do the same thing and get results? It's going to be very hard. And I looked at it and I thought, you know what? He's got a point there.
Yeah.
He has a point. And he says, whether you want to slander me or say I'm not good enough, you can say that. It's all there. But don't batter the players. Like the players, they've given their all and it's just they're tired. They can't do this week in, week out with no help.
Yeah, but that like...
I know it does seem like a cop-out. It does, but...
Sacking him's harsh.
I think the mistake he made is not changing his system and being married to the way he plays football. You know, absolutely in football, you know, these players are good enough. If you know you're going to be without 2 centre-halves for 3 months...
You've
got to change the way you play. Yeah. Like, it's just stupid. It's like going out and fighting Mike Tyson and going, I'm going at you. I've got no defence, I'm just going to... And you're having a shootout with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't do it. You got to adjust. Like, they're good enough to adjust. We all believe in philosophy of play and what we believe in, but you have to change. So they've got that. He's got that wrong, Ange Postecoglou. Everything else, I don't think is his problem. I think the rest of the problems... Daniel Levy and Spurs' business model.
Yeah, of course.
But that's the only thing he's got wrong, Ange Postecoglou. And I think when he leaves Tottenham, I think he'll look back and go, yeah, I would have done that differently.
Yeah, maybe. But they've just got that Matthias Tell.
Yeah.
He's come in, he's scored straight away.
Took his goal well.
So that's a good sign that he's on the score sheet straight away. I didn't see the game, like, I didn't watch it as well as I should have. You probably guys...
Yeah.
How did Rashford do?
Rashford looked very good.
Yeah.
Very good. He looked like... I was a bit worried about him, right? When he signed, like, no little things like... He hadn't had a haircut. No, when he'd gone... No, like when he's gone to Villa and his hair was all over the place. Yeah. I think you said it, Cole. It might have been you saying it, like... But I thought... And he looked a bit caught in the headlights in his interviews. I don't think he's a great talker anyway. But he had his hair cut. I know it sounds silly.
It makes a difference.
He looked good. His body language was better. He was direct.
Yeah.
I think he looked like he's not been training at the level he should have done, because a couple of times he breezed past someone, they got back at him. But overall, he was good. Very, very good.
Motivated.
Asensio, who come on with him, stole the show for me. I think he looked like...
Oh, really?
He was the man. He was the man, but...
It's a fresh start for him, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just fresh.
Yeah.
So we're talking about if managers come in, it's fresh for all the players.
Yeah. Just someone said, sorry to Bridgie, someone said that you would have had this when you went to Chelsea. He hadn't worn another team's shirt since he was a kid. He'd already been at Man United since the age of 7. So,
yeah.
But do you remember the first time you wore another shirt apart from Southampton? Was that a big thing for you?
At Chelsea?
I found it quite weird. It's a weird feeling, isn't it?
Also, as well, I think I'm one of them. I'm not sure if I really wanted to leave.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Southampton boy, I've played through all my life. I'm not really someone who really loves change.
Yeah.
Obviously, me moving was just... Saints just wanted me gone anyway for the money. But yeah, it feels weird.
Yeah.
And it's a new environment, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's new people, it's getting used to it. You get used to it quite quick. But yeah, it is weird. Yeah, it's definitely weird.
So that for Marcus Rashford to be even more, because he's 27, he weren't 21.
It's late.
Yeah.
Not even been on loan.
Not even on loan. Yeah, don't know your new teammates. It's a strange feeling.
It is a strange feeling.
I just think he could do really well. He's a great player. He's got so much ability. It's a fresh start. Maybe if his head wasn't in a great place, he's going to be in a better place. I think the manager obviously wants to get the best out of him. I hope he does really well.
I think Man United had it in their head that he's going to be a one-club man, innit? And it hasn't worked out that way. So the readjustments, scary for Rashford, and I get that. So hopefully he can go and produce what he needs to produce. And on top of that, did you see Sancho's tweet?
Oh, Jadon.
Jadon Sancho's tweet to
Sancho,
Rashford.
yeah.
It was under Rashford's comment section.
He just wrote freedom.
Freedom. I was like, hold on a minute. It's like this guy just like, what are you doing? What do you mean freedom?
Old Trafford's like Wormwood Scrubs at the moment. Like, do you know what I mean? You need a VO.
It's a prisoner.
Yeah.
Mate, when players are saying that, you're like, wow.
What's going on over there?
Yeah.
But is it the right person to come from? I'm not sure.
He definitely got some
I'm
stick
sure.
up.
I'm so happy that the social media weren't around when we was playing because I just think a man of trouble I've got. We talked last week about
I
Carlton.
think it really wasn't around for Carlton.
Let's talk about that right now. So I'm on the train coming in. I'm on the train coming in. And we're talking about social media. And at West Ham, we've got a guy called Dan Francis. And I know, listen, Dan.
I know Dan.
You know Dan.
I know Dan.
He's head of all our commercials.
Yeah. Love Dan.
Media stuff.
Big shout.
Big shout out to Dan Francis. Thanks and he looks after the lads immensely and proper make sure that we're sound and we don't get into too much trouble. But obviously I've had him as a player and then now obviously I'm I'm backroom staff now, as you call you. And then I got a text. He's gone. It was about one thing first. Or can I do this? Represent the club capacity. And I was like, yeah, I'll do that. And the second one was, and he showed me the tweet that from 2012 that I tweeted to a particular fan, and he said something bad to me. And I've gone straight for your mum jokes. Straight for the jug. You know when you say the mum jokes come out, like I was like, just because I'd already been fined.
These kids don't know about the mum jokes back in the day.
I'd already been fined 220 grand. Yeah, I thought I'm gonna have a little go here, but I'm gonna do it respectfully. I'm gonna do the mum joke. This is 2012. But actually, I done auntie, mum, and grandma.
Can we say it on here?
No, we can't. If you want to see, I've had. He goes, Holy, just had a text from someone confidentially at the FA. It's not confidential no more, is it? Yeah, at the Premier League. Sorry, not the FA, the Premier League. And I was like, what is it? Then he showed me the text and
he ain't going back that far,
mate. And then I've gone, hold on a minute, yeah? Why are they watching me? Why are they looking at what I done in 2012? I don't even play it anymore. Like, do you know what I mean? But then I looked at it and I thought, well, I work around kids. Is this the sort of language I want to portray towards them? And I was like, do you know what? Yeah. So it's like 13 years ago, yeah?
Yeah.
And then they're contacting the club. I think Carlton needs to be able to delete this the history of. I was like, okay, cool, I get it. But then I started to think, yeah, I was like, as I was tweeting, as I was deleting, I was like, do you know what? They got bigger fish to fry. They've got other stuff to worry about. How about they worried about the standard of refereeing?
Yeah, exactly.
Why are they worried about my tweet in 2012?
No, hang on.
Well, that is just too much policing. Police your referees.
Police yourself. Police yourself.
You know what I mean? What's going on here?
The nonsense that, you've got fire in my belly now. The nonsense that is, right?
Fire in my belly.
Oh, it's nonsense.
Fire in the booth.
What are you worried about me for?
No,
the Premier League said,
listen,
you need to check
that
Carlton's
sums them
tweet
up.
in 2012. What the hell?
No, it sums them up, right? Some nerd is sitting there going, oh, Carlton said something 15 years ago. 15 years ago? It's a lot. Things are going on in the world now.
Don't need to bring it up, do you? You got like forget. Why are you bringing it up to you?
That's exactly why I didn't go on it all them years ago. They made me go on social media because they wanted to work. I wouldn't have a job in TV.
Yeah.
Like, the things you say, that would have been just something that you said, your mum joke, which I think is brilliant anyway. 13 years ago, and they're coming back to you now.
Mate,
you're a different person.
And on top of that,
Nonsense.
Coley, I'll tell you what, yeah, on top of that, I was looking at it the other day, same thing, like...
I wouldn't delete it.
Mate,
No, you got to.
retweet it.
I had to delete it.
Yeah.
I had to delete it.
That's made me angry, that.
But the thing about it as well, I'm thinking, all right, fair enough, you're doing all that. Then the celebrations. You know they're trying to censor Premier League celebrations.
Oh, God, the fun
Like the
police.
seagull one, the boy got fined and all that. What? Celebrate.
Oh, God.
You can't take away celebrations. We've got VAR already giving us
To be
suspense.
fair, there's no point in celebrating. You celebrate now. VAR comes in. I'll take that celebration away.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
But they actually want to stop you celebrating.
Yeah, they want to stop you celebrating. They're just coming to pee on our parade, them.
I want to know. No. What we want to know, please, if you're listening to this, someone on the FM write write to us or email us or text us.
Anything you want to do.
And just explain why you want to delete Celebrate. For what?
Because they're saying it's, was it? Provocative,
That's what football's all
and
about.
they're saying it's if it's disrespectful to the other fans.
Oh God.
So if you do it, listen. If I scored against Brighton and I do this like
the seagull. Someone's going to be so offended.
Someone's going to be so offended.
Carlton Cole's dancing like a seagull.
I want to know what there must be something else to it or something that person can't be offended.
No, you can't. Talking about mum jokes, they always had like killer, isn't they? Right?
Killer.
Because I still play.
It's the line in the sand, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the line in the sand. Right? Well, I still play Sunday League football. You reminded me of something I'd done last year, right? So we're playing against youngsters. They're like in their early 20s, some teenagers, right? And you always get one. You know, chirping. Oh, you used to play in the Premier League. Oh, you're rubbish. Oh, and all that. All right, mate. Well done. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're old man. Yeah, and all that, right? But this geezer was chirpy, and I was like,
kept on.
I'm like looking at him, going, I need to shut him up now. Right? So I'm chatting to the centre half. They're centre half, and I've gone. They're from like the area where I was from. I said, and I pretended I knew. I got his name was on the back of his shirt, and so I said, what's his? I heard him calling this. I knew his first name, and I knew his surname.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's he? I know his dad, isn't it? What's his name? Max. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And they went, and the centre half's gone, his dad's name. So I went, what's his mum's name as well? I think I know him. And she give me the mum's name and the surname, right? So I've gone to him like, and he's chirped up again.
Well, hold on, what's happening here? What kind of football game is this? You're a copper on the pitch, you know?
So I've got his mum's name, and I'm thinking of doing the maths. I'm thinking, how old is he? He's like 19. So his mum and dad must be sort of my age. And I know everyone in that area goes to this certain nightclub, right? Yeah. So I've just leant into him, like when he's chirping, I went, I said, I know your mum. What's her name? What was her name? I can't remember her name.
Don't expose her name. Don't do it.
I don't know his mum. But for this, and his mates, and he can see his face. How do you know my mum?
Yeah.
And she went, and I said, she went to the nightclub. Oh, well, mate, she loved it. Right.
She loved it back then. She loved it back then.
No, but honestly, this geezer was so annoying.
The reason why you can't imagine because he's such a lovely fella. But this guy must have been. Yeah, he got the better of you, man. He got you.
He was like a little face went like, and his face like that. And I was going, yeah, she loved it. Party with the lads, they loved it.
Mates.
They battered it. They were
cracking up. That was brilliant.
So mum jokes are a line in this. We've gone a bit off tangent there.
Yeah, but it is what it is because it's part of like what's going on. Like with it all ties in anyway with social media and all that. But look, obviously we're talking about Rashford. So Manchester United v Leicester City. That was I watched that.
What did you make of it?
Robbery.
Yeah.
Absolute robbery.
What's the noise doing?
Yeah.
I just don't understand. I know. Look, to be honest, Manchester United would have probably got the better of them after extra time anyway. But Leicester had already put in so much work, and they haven't had a great season, Leicester.
Yeah.
And to actually come away after full time with something like that would be like very galvanising for them. They'll be looking at it thinking, do you know what? We can build on this. I felt sorry for Rude.
Yeah.
But after the interview afterwards, he took it very well. And I was thinking, imagine, that you've worked so hard to get to that point and then you get outdone by a goal that's disallowed. Talking about referees, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, should be disallowed, sorry. I'm looking at it thinking, you got to look at that and think, you're one-time referees when you've got no VAR and you can show that you're competent and skillful enough to see there's 5 players offside and you don't call it and you're in line. I just don't understand what is going on. Like, and this is nothing to do with Manchester United. Manchester United fans, actually, when I was on air that night for TalkSport, and they were calling in and thinking, and they were saying the same thing.
Really?
So it wasn't good enough. How are we winning a game at home to Leicester City, who are struggling, and having to win by a goal that's dodgy? Like, honestly, man, like, come on.
Yeah.
That's keep coming back to all the time. It's Manchester United at the moment.
Yeah.
We keep thinking they might have turned the corner, but they ain't, have they?
Mate,
it's getting boring, isn't it?
It's getting boring. That's one thing you could never ever say about Man United, that you wouldn't want to watch them play. I don't want. If they're on telly, I'm like, usually like you go, Man United, let's see what's going on. I'm like, nah, got a yogurt in the fridge or something.
I'm
They're just boring to watch.
I'm guaranteeing that Rashford goes and has a good season now, right? The rest of the season. I'm guaranteeing that Antony, No,
don't.
Mate, he's gone over there. He's got man of the match already, and he scored his first goal in 2 games. Yeah. He's ready. He's flying.
Wow. Antony.
Is there something in the Manchester United water that I don't know about? Because something's happening.
It's like though, if you're at a club and it ain't going well and you want out, it's when it clears your head, you're having a little bit of a fresh start, and you got.
What's going on?
The manager encouraging you, putting an arm around you, giving you the confidence, just go out and play.
But
I think Rashford's going to do well.
I want him to do well
because he's a great player,
and I want Antony to do well. Like, I don't know Antony.
We want them all to do well.
We want them all to do well. The dressing room.
He's got so much ability, Rashford. I hope
that's another thing as well. Like genuinely, I think there's 2 types of pundits in there. Like, there's people that there's the positive. I want to see everyone do well, and then you see the other types of pundits who just want to can't wait for it. Like, it's so on it. You're like, leave off, mate. Anyway, moving quickly on. Manchester City avoided a major FA Cup upset by coming from behind to defeat Leyton Orient in the 4th round tie. Now, my father-in-law, massive Leyton Orient fan, so he took my son Harry, my eldest, and he's Harry. This is a kid that I pay a fortune for Chelsea season tickets. So he come home from this game and said, "Dad, I prefer Leyton Orient." I'm just like, mate.
Seriously?
I'm just like...
I prefer Leyton Orient.
I think that's the atmosphere.
He loves it.
That's the atmosphere.
Yeah.
It is now with these big stadiums. I think the atmosphere ain't there anymore. It's ain't what it used to be. That's it.
He come home. He goes to. He loves football. We go. It's a great thing I can do in this job. I can take him to all different games. He come home absolutely flying. He loved it. He said it was a great game. I watched it on telly with my other son.
Send him to the next Leyton Orient game. See if he's still
what Mansfield at home. They're playing tomorrow.
He won't be thinking.
He loves it. Bridgie loves it. He loves it.
Yeah,
there's more swearing at Leyton Orient.
That was like when I went to Brighton. When I went to Brighton, and obviously it was Championship. There's still like nice stadiums, but my mates that used to come, they preferred it because the atmosphere is better. The fans are giving it.
You know what
loads.
it is? It's unsanitized behaviour. It's unsanitized behaviour, and I'm sure that people smuggling in beers because they ain't got enough security over there. So they're having a great time. Do you know what I mean?
I think that's what's great about the cup games, though. The FA Cup, innit?
Get to mix
the lesser teams and mix, and they're never easy games, are they? No. That's the beauty of it. Like anyone can win it.
That's true. They're never easy game. One of the things about... Anyway, that Manchester City tie, they had to bring on Kevin De Bruyne and Foden to get the job done, didn't they?
Yeah.
But quickly, I just want to get your opinion on, the VAR. FA Cup decisions have proved... it's been handled lightly in the FA Cup. So... And I just think it's made for more of a rhythm to the game. And it was not used across the 4th round fixtures leading to controversial decisions. So the VAR data, which the Premier League has revealed, has appeared to show that accuracy is improving. Oh, shock that they're saying that with their data, they're getting better. The thing that they work with.
They've done it in-house.
I'm just like, you've got a camp, you've got it there in front of you. Yeah. You can still get it wrong. You're watching a video back and you're still getting it wrong. Just go back to the referee and the linesman doing the game. Like we were talking about earlier.
No, but
the Man United, it's offside. We can all see it, right? Is it linesmen just being lazy now because they got the VAR?
Maybe, that's what I'm trying to think.
It looks like they're lazy.
Maybe
they don't have to worry about it no more. Because they're putting it on someone. Why'd you bother having the linesman?
Maybe he thought...
Because you're going on VAR anyway. Yeah,
true.
Just go on VAR then.
Maybe he thought it was going to get called back for VAR and it just it didn't. He probably forgot where he was.
I just think you just go back. There's going to be mistakes. They're going to get it wrong. And hopefully it balances itself out.
That's what I was saying, Bridgie.
I just think I prefer.
That's what I was trying to say.
And the goal, someone scores, you're celebrating, but there's no point in celebrating. Just wait and see if VAR gives it or not, and then jump up and down. I don't like it.
One chance they had, to display that they were competent. That's what I'm going back to this, because I don't mind. 1 in 10 games, you're gonna get a boo boo. Something's gonna happen. Sometimes the referee's gonna get it wrong. Yeah. The one time, it's on TV. Manchester United, one of the biggest teams in the league, against Leicester City.
Yeah.
the one time it's not used, and you could advertise for your colleagues and how good the Premier League refereeing is, that we could do this without VAR.
Yeah.
You get it, a massive decision, 5 players offside. You didn't even you didn't even think maybe they're offside. You're killing yourselves. That one time. But out of, like, say 10 games and there's no VAR, I get it. I don't mind one boo-boo. But just this one game, for you to advertise and say, scrap VAR, you messed it up.
I think we need it. It takes the part of the game of getting away with things as well. Do you know what I mean? When you can, like, do something a little bit discreetly and get away with it, you're buzzing, ain't you? Referee ain't seen it. But now VR comes out, it's like you can't get away with it.
Half of my goals would have been chalked off.
That's part.
Half of my goals would have been chalked off.
You know what I mean? It's part and parcel of the game, doing a little something, getting away with it, innit?
I know.
I think it's ruined it, and it's the stop-starting of it. I don't like it.
I'm with you. I agree with you. But these are the same people that want this stuff, are the same people that are trying to ban celebrations and pull him on 30.
You know what? I won't be able to tackle tweets.
Oh, mate. Imagine all these young lads, right, who are playing in the Premier League now, right? Sorry, that's my phone. That's another fine.
Your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Man. You're late. Your phone going off.
Sorry.
No, we've got the next night out. You pay for the one after.
We've got to be better than this.
We have to stand. We're pulling up standards with the referees. Right, we'll be better next week, people. Where was I? I was waffling on about something. VAR. Yeah, anyway, VAR, rubbish. Celebrations, we love them.
It's just nonsense.
Yeah.
Are you going to sanitise celebrations?
No, this is what I wanted to mention. Going back to what you said about all these young lads who've grown up with social media, they must have said, imagine the stuff that you said to your mates as a 13-year-old or 14-year-old, and that if you recorded that put it online, which I'm sure some of these players would have done, and there's a history
They'll be in prison.
Sentences.
Deep sentences as well.
Right, so just have an amnesty what people say. That's what they thought when they were a child, and they might think something differently.
Even make mistakes. You don't have to keep bringing it up either, do you?
Exactly. Let's celebrate goals. I'd love to see Carlton scoring against Brighton and doing a seagull dance. I would get upset at that.
I don't understand it, but that's what's messing the game up. People that are trying to draw the fun out of the game, just take a back seat. You don't need to get involved with everything.
Yeah.
You don't need to be there for everything. Let it be natural. You can't police how someone's going to feel or speak sometimes. It's going to happen. You just got to educate, say, okay, don't do that. But you can't punish people for celebrating and doing all that sort of stuff.
That's true. Let it be. We're going to have to a little more of a serious turn here. Manchester City's 115 charges outcome in a month, as the quote from Guardiola. Expected soon, Pep Guardiola confirmed that Manchester City expects a decision on their 150 financial rule breach charges within a month. Potential consequences, if found guilty, City could face severe punishments, including a points deduction or even relegation. Guardiola's stance, who's already signed a contract, he's claimed that the critics want Man City wiped from the face of the earth. That's a bit strong.
He's got to say that, though, isn't he?
You know,
they'd love to see him go down and get points deducted, though, wouldn't they?
They want to see him go to prison. That's what they want to see. That's what they get rid. He's won a lot, innit?
Back to all these charges.
Don't worry, Giz, your readies are all right.
Good,
Imagine that.
Oh, no.
What, they've got to come back to you to give you your readies back.
I ain't got it. It's gone.
I spent it.
God.
But yeah.
What transfer?
Imagine that.
Dad quick.
Nice clothes and the thing.
Imagine that. No, that would be bad.
You're saying about that. Someone had me on the wind up remember when the Roman
sold the club.
Roman sold the club, got the club taken. Yeah. Right. Anyway, someone had me on the phone, got me right at it, telling me that they're going to be looking back at all Chelsea players, the finances.
The Chelsea players, how they got paid and that.
I was on the phone to the bank. I was like, mate.
You definitely called in at your age, didn't you?
Yeah. What processes were in place? Flights were booked. Cayman Islands.
I'm out of here.
I'm gone, mate. You ain't ever going to get me.
That's hilarious.
Tell you what, if those charges end up, if they're guilty of it all and they get the proper punishment,
Guilty of
Are you
what?
crazy?
What are they
What
gonna be
happens with all them players? Guilty of what?
Like,
Yeah.
because that's what it's actually quite an interesting subject to talk about because, you know, guilty of financial irregularity, basically saying that they're spending more than they're bringing in.
Yeah.
But it's also like a question of freedom as well, financial freedom. Like if you found an oil well in the back of your garden, right, tomorrow, and you made yourself £2 billion, right? You go,
it.
yeah,
Get
you
regulated though.
be like, no, but like, you want to go and buy Southampton,
Yeah.
and take them to the top. You want to spend £500 million doing it. You won't be able to do it,
Not allowed.
because of
You have to have the infrastructure to
support it. But I just think I don't know. It's a tough one. I don't know where.
But I think they're doing so much good for Manchester,
Yeah.
the city itself.
Economy, money, economy.
Changed so much.
They've
For the
changed
first I've
it.
been up there for years. I couldn't believe how much has changed.
It's
Yeah.
because they've put in a load of
It's
money
a
in.
great city.
Yeah, yeah.
They've put a load of money in, Bridgie. Like,
Yeah, a
and
lot of money.
They're not looking at that part. They're just looking at the part where, and they're trying to
All that
penalise it for
Yeah,
that.
they put all that money in, right? But then the government want to help Man United out.
Yeah, that's a banger. Yeah, but that was last week. That was on
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
The
true.
government want to subsidise Manchester United's with the taxpayers' money, subsidise their stadium build, which is just for me just blows my mind.
Yeah.
When there's people in the streets struggling,
struggling.
and what you're going to put a new ice bath in for at Manchester United or something? I don't know. Like what's going on with the world?
Yeah.
But then you've got so like I don't know. I mean, it's way above my pay grade. I just know that if they get found guilty, which I think they will.
They say it could face severe punishment. So is it likely that punishment's not going to be as severe as what's being written about, maybe?
Points deduction or even relegation. Well, it's happened before in other countries. Remember, it happened to Juventus. It happened to Glasgow Rangers. So there is precedent to it, but it's never happened to a Premier League club of the size of Manchester City.
Tell you what, I don't think they don't look like they care. I think they're quite confident. They're still going to spend. They got record winter spending. Yeah, they're still going out to Harrods.
They're still spending.
They're still going Selfridges, mate. So what problems? They ain't got none. All right. So amid uncertainty, City spent 180 million in the January transfer window, acquiring 4 new players.
Yeah.
I think
obviously
Kushanov. Seeing it, I can't.
Kushanov, 33.6 million they spent.
They're basically
Reece,
I think they're pretty confident they're getting away with it when you look at it like that. Isn't it?
Marmouche, 63 million.
Mate.
And Gonzalez for 50. So they don't care. I just think they're cracking on.
They're
Thinking
cracking
these
They
lot are just
either
making
don't
a lot of
care
noise.
or they just know.
Yeah.
We're all right. Let's carry on spending.
They're just making a lot of noise there and it's paper talk. It's
Yeah.
not real.
No, but yes. So I don't even know where we stand on that, but it's going to be interesting what happens over the next few months. That is absolutely for sure.
But they were saying he was spending because maybe of a potential transfer ban as well, weren't they?
Yeah. What happened to Chelsea, didn't it? We've seen Chelsea with a transfer
Yeah.
ban.
It actually helped them for a bit, didn't it?
Well, listen,
Lamps was brilliant under
Yeah.
those conditions.
yeah, because you have to bring
The
in
best
young
time.
players. I mean, and that was another thing as well. We talk about the finances in the Premier League. I was talking to someone in that game, and they said what we export around the world, Great Britain, in terms of revenue, the Premier League is actually our biggest export. Like every country buys it. You think about the tourism it brings into the club, and then you have to go and talk about
Tourism to the country.
to the country. So people come to England now. They go, right, we're going to go and see Big Ben. We're going to see Buckingham Palace, and we're going to catch a Premier League game.
Yeah.
That's it. Like,
Doesn't matter who it is, it's a
Yeah.
Premier League game.
yeah, they go there, and so you got that plus all of the TV rights around the world, the advertising revenue. Why do you think all these big American hedge
Yeah,
funds
they're
want
all
in?
interested in-
Because they know it all flows through football.
Yeah.
So I understand you have to have like a way of controlling that because it's powerful, but you can't have like we're going to sanction Man City for this, but and then from the government, and then we're going to help Man United with their rebuild of their stadium when they're owned by billionaires. I don't think that makes sense either. So, but yeah.
Well, as you said, I just think their spending does coincide with probably getting a ban. Because if they're just preparing to say, okay, we're not going to be able to buy players for the next year or two, then we've got to do something now. So let's just spend now and just get it out of the way and then stockpile on our assets.
Right things doing it.
And you know what I mean? So it's the right thing to do if you think you're going to be going down that route.
They're basically doing what everyone done
What
during
else would
COVID.
just go and buy toilet rolls.
Supplies in.
Go and stack up on toilet rolls. Yeah. There's no toilet rolls in the shops anymore. It's like, what's going on? Toilet roll. Can of baked beans, all of them gone. You know, but
Talking transfers, Mikel Arteta to offload 7 Arsenal players to fund a huge summer spending spree is a bit of the paper talk. Basically to offload some players to strengthen the squad and particularly the attacking department.
Interesting. Let's look at these names now. Raheem Sterling, let's go through them one by one. It hasn't worked for Raheem, has it? It doesn't look like it. What do you think, Bridgie?
he's been a bit unlucky, I think.
Have you seen much of him?
I've seen bits and there's glimpses and thought he looks good.
Still got it.
Yeah.
He's still got it. He's
Yeah,
still
of
got
course. He's a young man.
Does he suit that team
No.
system and what's been asked of him?
I've almost...
I remember he was the main man for quite a while at City. Like things were going for
really
him.
well, didn't he?
But I think he's been playing off the right for Arsenal. But I always remember him playing off the left and causing a load of damage.
Yeah.
So it is a different style.
Yeah.
that
He
he's
played
been asked
totally
for.
different to what City played as well.
Exactly. So it's the adapting's really hard for him.
Do you know what? I was at Liverpool when he come through. The 2 young lads from London. I don't know if I told the story on the pod. Have I said this? No. Tim and Jordan Ibe. Do you remember Jordan Ibe?
Yeah, Jordan Ibe.
They both come up from London. And
He scored the other day
did he?
for his club. I think he plays in the lower leagues now, but
Good
he's
lad.
had he's had to get back on his feet.
Yeah, he's had
some
trouble.
issues.
Yeah.
Mental health issues.
Yeah. So well, listen, we wish him all the best. But so I was a senior player. I was coming back from Lille actually, so I must have been 31, 32, and they come on tour with us. And the player liaison officer pulled me and said, "We've got these 2 lads from London." Like, you know, a little bit maybe a bit nervous. Make sure they're all right. So I remember going to see him, and I was like, "You're right, lads." I was out in Boston or somewhere, and what he struck me, Raheem, was he was very mature. He was 16, 17-year-old.
He is.
Very mature as a kid. And then he joined in training, and you could just see the qualities. Do you know what I mean? But more importantly than that, he listened. Like, he was hanging off everything Brendan said. So he's had a great career. I don't think Arsenal's the right move for it. My advice to Raheem now would be go and enjoy your football somewhere. Go abroad. Do you know what I mean? He's had a Chelsea move that ain't quite worked for him. Go Saudi. He's still capable. Enjoy your football.
Yeah. Still got a lot to offer.
That's growing.
Yeah.
Go and do that.
He's got plenty of football left in him, I think.
Yeah, I do as well. He's a baby.
He's a baby, yeah. I see him out and I see him at Winter Wonderland.
You said.
Yeah, I see him in Winter Wonderland.
Yeah.
What a guy.
People could be thinking you're at Winter Wonderland all the time.
I think everyone thought he was my kid as well. We took a picture and because he's like, my kids are taller than him. so it's okay. I posted it on my Instagram, you'll see it. But he's such a great guy and like he doesn't turn down any photo ops or anything like that. So he's a brilliant guy, man. For me, and there's certain other things that he's done where I respect him fully.
Yeah.
Not just being a footballer, but as a person.
He's been a role model.
He's been a great role model.
Yeah, I do.
He's been a great role model for the game, and I just feel he needs a bit more respect sometimes.
Yeah, I do. Exactly. Yeah, absolutely needs more respect. Family man, lots of kids.
Yeah, but when you're looking at obviously Arsenal, when you're looking at players expected to depart, including Raheem, obviously Neto. I didn't know they even signed him.
No.
Has he played? Has he?
Move
then
on.
you got Thomas Partey, which I don't
Strange
think.
one. He
It's a
played
strange
well
one.
the other day.
Yeah.
Jorginho, maybe age.
Yeah.
You know, Kieran Tierney, who I played with at Celtic actually when he was a young whippersnapper.
Injuries.
He's had a load of injuries. Jacob Kiwior
Hasn't quite worked for him.
Hasn't quite worked. And Zinchenko. Now, I get that.
Yeah.
I get the Zinchenko one.
Is there anyone on that list you would take at West Ham? Obviously, it's not your department, so West Ham fans, it ain't. No one ain't got a say in this.
Obviously, I take Partey.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
You take Partey.
I think quite a few clubs would take him.
Yeah.
You take Zinchenko
I'll
as
take
well.
Zinchenko.
Yeah, he's a
And
player.
Raheem.
Yeah, Raheem as well. You take all of them. Who are we to? Hold on a minute. Well, I'll go through the whole list, give it to you. I'll take the lot.
What happened?
We'll have a cut price deal. But
this is interesting. The strategy is intended to reduce the wage bill and generate funds for potential signings with targets such as Alexander Isak and Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko, who I watched at the Euros, and he is a big old unit.
Is he?
Big unit, runs the channels, aggressive, scores goals. He's the next one that's going to be on people's lips. He's one to watch.
Well, after Isak, yeah?
Yeah. Listen,
He's of the same, not of the same ilk, but like he'll score goals. He's reliable. He's reliable.
I think he could be where Isak is in 18 months' time if he comes to the Premier League. But he's obviously cheaper than Isak. And how you going to get him now, I don't know. But he's one for Arsenal fans to keep a look at. They need a centre-forward goalie, didn't they?
It's quite obvious. It's gaping. It's just there.
Yeah.
You know you need one.
Yeah.
I was surprised they didn't go for one, but probably it's the best time not to do it right now because you're going to get your
overpayers will be overpaying for it.
You're going to be overpaying. So you wait till the summer, identify the right one. Obviously, they've had a change as well in personnel on technical director with with Edu going.
Yeah.
So now obviously they've got probably different ideas and how to mirror that up with how they see the next 5 years now. So they'll probably have to sit down and say, listen, we'll do all our business in the summer, see how that goes. And I think, it might frustrate a few Arsenal fans, but they're just going to have to hold tight for now because they've had a lot of change this season already. So hopefully they can get it together in time for the summer.
They've always had it, Arsenal, where it's been glaring where they need to strengthen and they just don't do it. It's something the club habit. I remember under the Wenger era, they had so many number 10s. Remember like Cesc, Hleb, Arshavin, Rosicky. And they would just keep adding to these number 10s. You're like, go and buy yourself a holding midfielder. Yeah.
But
they never did it. It's like a stubbornness.
It's their style of football. But I look at their youth football as well.
Yeah.
I've never seen them come out with from the youth, clear number 9.
Yeah.
They've never, from the youth team I'm talking about, was it Franny Jeffers, I remember.
Yeah, Fox in the box.
But they bought him, didn't they? They bought Franny Jeffers. I'm talking about a player coming from the youth that's been a number 9. Eddie Nketiah.
Yeah, he got close, didn't he?
He got close.
He scored goals. He never really looked like he was going to
Still trying to think, is there anybody else?
That's it. See for me now, if I'm looking at my youth
Hughes, remember Hughes? It's not Richard Hughes, Stephen Hughes. Was he a number 9?
He was number 9, he was midfielder.
He was a midfielder.
Yeah, there ain't much, so I'm looking at that as a thing and saying, right.
I think that's their DNA.
There's so many staff at Premier League clubs now and academies and going, right, I'm going to get someone in who played number 9, right? And I get all the young coaches around him and I go, right, look at every striker you got at the club from, say, under 10s up to under 18s and go, right, we need to do individual work programs with these players, development programs with these players, with an elite striker talking about movement, runs, technical work, mindset. And I'm saying, and we're going to review it every year to see where they are. Are they scoring goals? Are they scoring... Is Arsenal's number 9?
What type of goals are they scoring?
What type of goals? And what type of goals do they need to start scoring? Yeah. And then you start developing it in. And then all of a sudden, after 4 or 5 years, you should be thinking, we might produce a number 9. You produce one number 9 who can score goals, 20 goals in the Premier League. That's £50 million.
Yeah.
Why would you not
invest in that?
I don't understand.
It's a great project, I think. Like a club like Arsenal, that'd be a great place to start, actually, because they've never had one. They've never had a number 9 come through the ranks. I can't even think. So they must have to have a look at that and think, because they're producing a load of number 10s, I see, when I've watched them, even in the youth. Great players, great on the ball, technically gifted.
Yeah.
But and now number 9, it's either they have one and they don't take them seriously and think that's not our DNA.
Yeah.
That's not the spot we're looking for. We'll go and buy that.
Yeah.
Or they have to look at it from a different perspective. So any young player going to Arsenal will think, I've got no chance of getting in the first team, whether I'm Haaland or not.
Yeah.
They don't like us.
Yeah.
But even now they've got money, they're still not buying a number 9. So what chance have I got? They don't like 9s.
Yeah, they don't like 9s.
They don't like that. And the thing about what was the game when they beat was it Manchester City the other day? They beat 4-0.
Yeah.
They didn't have a number 9 on the pitch.
I know.
So it's actually proving their point. You don't need a number 9.
But if they can get one, they'll be getting one, I think.
I agree with you. But, Bridgie, all these people say we don't need number 9s, we don't need number 9s, we still score goals. Yeah, you ain't got a number 9, you also ain't got any trophies, mate. You know what I mean? So they just look at it like that. I've simplified it for the lot of you.
There you go, have that.
Wear that, Arsenal.
Well, I think that's a good way to end it because we've got to end it a bit shorter than usual because Carlton was late.
Yeah, sorry.
But thanks for tuning into the dressing room with Al Arabiya News. Catch you next week.